good. We're good.
All right.
Paul? We're good.
Oh, we're on the air?
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to WNHH-FM's Great Give Radiothon. We're in that 2-day period where we're helping the great nonprofits in New Haven raise money jointly as a community. Welcome back, everybody, to WNHH-FM's Great Give Radiothon. Oh, I apologize. I can't really hear right now because we got feedback going. Sorry about the technical difficulties, folks. Raise money jointly as a community. Wow, this is like the echoing chamber. You say one word, it comes back 4 times. Harry Jones, our station manager, is working on technical difficulties. I apologize, everybody. We'll take a little break now until we can kind of get the system working. Wow, this is like the echoing chamber.
Are you hearing yourself? Do you have it on, Paul?
Working on technical difficulties. I apologize, everybody. We'll take a little break now until we can kind of get the system working.
Do you have it on? Do you have it open? Yourself? Do you have it on?
Yeah, everything I say comes back 4 times.
But do you have the show open on your phone or anything?
No, I do not.
Do you have it on? Do you have it open?
No. I don't. Everything I say comes back 4 times.
But do you have the show open on your phone or anything?
Let me see.
No, I do not. Do you have it on? Do you have it open?
No. Let me just see. There might be some.
But do you have the show open on your phone or anything?
Let me see.
No, I do not.
How's that? Is that better? I turned down one knob.
That was you.
Okay, I think Rita said, folks, take 7 on the New Haven Independent and WNHH-FM Great Give Radiothon. Sorry about technical difficulties today, folks, but we're plugging ahead to help the hundreds of great nonprofits in New Haven raise money during a very tough environment in New Haven with the pandemic of COVID-19. Babs Rose-Ivy got us going. We're trying to raise $2 million as a community. We want to shatter records this year and show how much we're pulling together. And everyone goes to thegreatgive.org. Don't forget thegreatgive.org, and pick all the great nonprofits to donate money to. In this hour, we're going to ask you to think about digging deep in your electronic wallet and supporting Higher Heights.
Yeah.
Shaka Felder runs Higher Heights. She comes on every year. It's a highlight of our Radiothon. Welcome, Shaka. Thank you for your patience as we try to deal with the craziness.
That's okay. Thanks for having me, Paul. I always love being with you guys. I appreciate you for doing this each year.
Me too. I have to admit, I like it better when we're in person because you always light up the studio.
But
we're going to do the magic with Zoom today, Chaka. So everyone who comes on every half hour is telling us about an organization that's doing great work so that our listeners can go to thegreatgive.org. Don't forget and give money. So Chaka, you want to start out with a poem or a song?
Oh my gosh, a poem or a song. I don't have a poem or a song, but I do have some motivation for everybody. The motivation and just in the essence of the Great Give is that you are the give. You are the greater. And if you just dig deep within yourself, just know that you are the internal motivator to keep all of our nonprofits moving within this city. That's all I have to give to you today is just that internal motivation that we are each other's great give, especially this year.
I like that. You are the give, and we are.
You are the give.
Mm-hmm. Every year when we do this every year, Chalk, it feels special and inspiring. What a caring community we have. So much great work goes on, and we want to support each other. And obviously, this is a year when it gets ramped up by 10. So Higher Heights, tell us what Higher Heights does.
So we are a college access organization, nonprofit. I am the executive director and founder of Higher Heights. And so specifically and very uniquely, we are in a very defined lane of college access work. So we work with all of the high school students within the city of New Haven to help them understand what their opportunities are after high school. Trade, military, 2-year, 4-year, public, private, whatever their interest is. But our role here in this city is to make sure that all students understand those pathways. So we've been doing this work now for 16 years. We've helped over 2,500 students go to college, and we are a part of the Great Give. And we really, really would love everyone's support so that we can continue to support the students here in the greater New Haven area.
Sounds great, Chuck. I know there are a lot of different groups in New Haven take different aspects of the challenge of helping people get to college. New Haven Promise starts with their families when they're in kindergarten to think about college, then handles, dangles that reward that if you get your grades and do community work, we're going to help you pay for college. What specifically does Higher Heights do day to day to help all these people prepare for life? And I noticed you did mention that not everybody goes to college. Sometimes people can have perfectly happy, satisfying, valuable lives as electricians, plumbers, all kinds of work.
Mm-hmm. So our day-to-day work is working directly with families and students just in that pathway. So we start with students in 9th grade and work with them all the way through 12th grade, but we're working side by side with students and understanding that. So what does that look like? So that's everything from scholarships, from helping students make sure that they qualify and actually get the New Haven Promise scholarship and even New Haven Fund scholarship fund. But we do everything from community service projects, from trainings to employment, to workshops for parents, to mentoring for students, to summer employment for kids. So that's like, we're a 12-month organization that really packages all of those things into that one gamut. We typically work with about 250 students each year.
A lot.
In our organization. Yeah, it's a lot. And so like the support from the community through the Great Give really helps us because, the average cost, the cost for a student to actually get all of the services from Higher Heights is $1,200 per student. And so per year. So we work with about 250 students per year. So you do the math on that. So we really
I can't take the SATs anymore. I'm going to trust you on the math.
You can get waived this year. It's COVID. You can get a waiver this year.
There's some zeros there somewhere, and that's when I get a little off track. 250 times 1,200.
Yeah, but so we really need the community support. I'll give you a perfect example. Right now, we're running a free coding program for students from 8th grade to 12th grade. We had space for 20 students, and we had 69 students enrolled. It's those kinds of.
So what did you do for the other 49?
We actually just revamped our services internally. We don't like turning any kids away. People who know me know I have an issue with telling a kid no. As when students and families need support in order to achieve their goals, that's what we're here to do. And so the community providing support to Higher Heights keeps us going so that we can continue to provide more services to more kids.
And how do these 250 families get linked up to Higher Heights? Like, how does it happen that, Jane or Bill's family says, we want to get you help over 4 years to make sure you either go to college or have some other pathway after high school to a productive life? How do they end up at your door?
So a couple of ways. So we have a great relationship with New Haven Public Schools. So we get our information through New Haven. Our information gets sent through New Haven Public Schools. We also have a really good relationship, like I said before, with New Haven Promise, with the Community Foundation and other nonprofits in the area. But the first stop, of course, is always to go to our website, which is higherheightsyouth.org. And then you can learn about all the different programs that we do, and you can enroll your child. Even for next year, you can enroll your child right now for our summer program, and even for next year's program, you can start enrolling your child in our programs.
How many hours a week is it, Chung?
Well, there's different layers of services. So right now we are in the schools. We're actually in the schools every day during the school day. Pre-COVID, of course. But we're actually in the schools. But if a student is not within one of the schools that we have a partnership with, they can come to us about 3 days per week after school, including on weekends. And then everyone knows we actually use Ashman Street is where we use some of our services, but our main
You're talking about the community building there at the end of the development, right behind Wexler Grant. So you're right by Wexler Grant there.
Yeah. Yep. And then even we have our administrative offices at 157 Church Street. And then a lot of people know us for our huge college tour that we do in February, where we try to take at least 50 students along the East Coast to about 10 to 11 schools over the course of 1 week. We've been doing that for 16 years too. So
that sounds fun. So where do you hit?
It's a lot of fun. So
how do you keep them from running around and going wild?
Oh no, the kids are great. Kids like Paul, the kids are amazing. Like the teenagers are absolutely amazing. They love the experience. They love getting out of the city for a week. We had an awesome partnership this particular February with the Youth Services Department at City Hall. And we were able to get more students for the college tour. But this year we went to DC, Washington, DC, Virginia, and Maryland. And we saw about 10 to 12 different schools during the course of a week.
I know when LEAP does it, they hit historically Black colleges and universities. Do you try to hit HBCUs or a mix?
No, so our focus and LEAP's focus are totally two different focuses. Our focus for the past 16 years has always been to expose students to all types of colleges, not only HBCUs, so that when the students, again, get ready to apply, if they've been with us for 4 years, on average, a student has seen close to 40 colleges. Like when I say seen, Paul, I mean like taste the food, you're on the campus, you smell the grass, you have a relationship with the director. When we took our kids this year to different colleges, a lot of our kids got accepted on the spot. We had them and their packages ready. Our kids got accepted on the spot to some of the colleges that we went to this year. So that's what Higher Heights is about. We're a family-based organization. We strictly are focused on college access and making sure that families know their options.
At Higher Heights. Folks, it's the Great Give Radiothon today, Tuesday and Wednesday. We're hearing about all the great nonprofits in town. And this is time we're all going to step up together because we got a challenge this year. We're going to try to, as a community, to hit $2 million in donations to hundreds of great nonprofits. That's a total $2 million through the Greater New Haven Foundation, Community Foundation for Greater New Haven's Radiothon. So here's how you do it, folks. Ready? There's a word "the" you got to remember. Yes. You go to thegreatgive.org, thegreatgive.org, and you decide which great groups to give money to help them continue the important work we're doing as a community, pulled together now more than ever. And this half hour, I'm highly recommending, if the recommendation is worth anything to you, that you go to Higher Heights. Chaka Felder, who founded it 16 years ago, it's going strong. You're hearing about the great work they're doing, getting families ready all through high school for that post-high school experience in the rest of their lives. So Chaka, tell me how and why you came to found Higher Heights 16 years ago.
Well, I'm also, people who know me also know that I'm a certified school counselor with the state of Connecticut. I'm also an educator and administrator. And the work that needs to take place within the four walls of a school, everyone, it has to be all hands on deck. You know, there's a lot of things that happen within the school day. And so we provide that additional support to the school counselors and to the administrators so that they can take care of other things that they need to take care of. Our specialty is college access. So we're the ones that will help students with financial aid, with scholarships, with college visits, with parental assistance. We're the ones, and that's the role that we play in our schools. And so that the school counselors can do everything that they need to focus on social emotional learning, on developmental guidance, and all of those high level things. And so we support school counselors in the district that way. We've had a great relationship over the years. And I think that's why Higher Heights has maintained its momentum, because people know that we're added support.
I want to go back in time to the early 2000s. You got this started. How did you personally get involved doing this, and why? Personally,
there's 180 days in the school year. A counselor may have close to 400 students on his or her caseload. Again, if you do that math, it's sometimes very challenging to stay very focused on one key thing if your caseload is a mix of all grades. So we come in and we provide that very unique, streamlined support of college access so that the counselors can remain fabulous and do the things that they need to do to support students.
I just wondered where you were in your life that you decided to take on this challenge and build this organization.
That's where I was. That's exactly where I was. I knew that there was only 180 days in the school year. You know,
so you were in a school as a counselor, Chaka?
Yep.
What school were you at?
I was at Bullitt Havens in Bridgeport. And there was, I had students who were, very at risk, who got a lot of attention from myself and from the administration. And there were some students who were A+ students who got a lot of attention from myself and the administrator. And to be honest with you, in the middle. And there's a lot of students who sit in the middle. So what happens with that? And then as Higher Heights grew, it wasn't just about the kids that were in the middle, it's about all kids, right? So even the kids who are at risk, they need support as well, and helping them understand their options after school.
No question.
Because they're
Listening
at risk
to
in
you,
high school does not mean that they're going to be at risk after high school graduation. Those, we can't do that to kids. We can't box kids in. And even the kids who are A+ students, they may go home and not have the parental support and the resources to get additional information. So, we understand that. And my expertise in understanding that has helped the organization elevate to where we are today.
Listening to you, I think back when my kids used to be in school and sitting in the guidance counselor's office.
School
and watching how they literally had, this is a long time ago when my kids are in high school, and they basically have like 7 seconds per kid. They put a lot into those 7 seconds. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but it's not much more than a minute or two.
Yeah, and I remember, it's not a lot of hours in a school day.
I remember watching these counselors and thinking what good people they were, how much they cared, and how little they had to work with to give each kid what they wanted and what the kids needed. And then I thought about how in more privileged communities, there's so much support built in for each kid. The guidance counselors have fewer kids to work with and all these connections with universities. And I know for some of my friends who had kids in college, in high school in New Haven, I remember one guy had this stayed out kid who wasn't white. And the counselor was saying, you shouldn't apply to those big schools. They don't get kids like us, go to community college. And the kid got into Yale and all the other Ivy League colleges. I mean, she was that smart. So in addition to the structural barriers, there's also an attitude barrier of how much help each kid can get. And the other thing that strikes, so I think there's such a need for what you're doing and for all the parts of New Haven supporting our children in ways that we see it as a communal imperative to help our young people succeed as they get older. I think about the way you speak about New Haven Promise, LEAP, the public schools, how it's all working together. It doesn't sound like turfism. It sounds like there's so much work to be done that even coding, you had 60-something kids for 20 slots. LEAP has a coding program. They can't have enough slots, I'm sure, if everyone needs it. We need like 10 Shackelfelders, 10 LEAPs, 10 times many guidance counselors. So we'll pull together and do it in this half hour. The way listeners can help our children have more opportunity in their lives and really soar with the wings they have is to support Higher Heights. The way you do that is to go to thegreatgift.org online, thegreatgift.org. And this is that great time of the year, 2 days, May 5th and 6th this year, when we're all coming together as a community. We're going to try to raise $2 million for nonprofits like Shackelfelders to do great work in the community. And you're hearing about that on the Great Give Radiothon, WNHH-FM 103.5, live stream at newhavenindependent.org. Tell me about a day you're never going to forget, Shackelfelder, at Higher Heights. Could be recent. They say, this is what I do.
Before I say something about that, I just again want to stress the support that we play with school counselors. We have a great relationship with the school counselors in New Haven. And I just want to continue to elevate them and thank them for their support over the years of Higher Heights. A day that I would remember for Higher Heights, it would be our first Young Legends Ball. Every year, and we didn't have
Legends Ball.
Yeah, every year we have what's called the Young Legends Ball. And that's where it's like a rites of passage ceremony where we honor our graduating seniors who are going off to college. And we celebrate them as a community. We get dressed up in gowns and tuxedos and suits. And we just celebrate them. And I remember our first one, it was packed. We had close to 300 people at Fantasias in North Haven. And I think that'll probably be a day that I won't ever forget. Actually, think about it, just like brings tears to my eyes. But that first class that we had, those folks are lawyers and doctors now and working for Apple all the way in California. I mean, like, we stay connected with our kids too over the course of the years. My phone number has never changed. Kids know how to still reach me. I'm still here for them. So I'll never forget that. And so it's the community support that keeps us going. But we, as Higher Heights, with our fabulous board of directors, we know our purpose, and we have defined our purpose here in the city.
We got some breaking news, folks, courtesy of Harry Drost, WNHH's man with doing the magic with all the technology here. Over $1 million has been raised so far for the Great
Oh,
Gift.
did that million go to Higher Heights? Did we get it all?
I hope you got a big chunk of it. And if not, I want folks to go right now to thegreatgive.org and show some love in the form of money. Money can't buy you love, it can buy kids opportunities at Higher Heights. $1 million. We're halfway there, folks, but we can't sit on our laurels. Just don't forget, the Great Give did have an early start. People were able to contribute beforehand. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We're in the toughest times we're going to know in a generation. We
Hit
also
donate,
have,
Harry, hit donate for me. I want to show people something. Hit Higher Heights donate. So there's different levels that you can give. I just want to let people know how easy this is to give. I'm not seeing it on your screen.
It says, I'm a new donor. Please do not display your name publicly.
No, there are different.
If he scrolls down, or step 1 of 3. Yeah.
Maybe. But there's different levels to give at Higher Heights, from $25 all the way up to $200. So I don't want people to think that, oh, I need to have a huge amount of money to give to an organization like Higher Heights. No, you absolutely don't. $25 can go a long way. Multiple people giving $25 just at that bare minimum goes a long way. So I don't want people to think that you have nothing to give. I started out by saying, what was my motivation today is that as a community, you are the Great Give as a community, and the what you have can absolutely continue to support Higher Heights as we do this work.
COVID-19, how's it affecting you? What's the organization doing? How are you feeling?
Personally, I'm a hot mess, but
now, tell me about that. How so? You look great. You look like you're feeling COVID's nowhere near you from what I could see.
No, thank you. No, I mean, we're handling it. You know, my kids are in school too, so everyone's on computers all day long. So we're doing the best that we can. As an organization, though, we've totally went virtual. So we have been providing support to students and families every single week through webinars. We have anywhere from our lowest number was 69 people to 300 people every week on our webinars. Yeah. We've been doing financial aid workshops for families, college admissions workshops for families. We have another workshop coming up next week on if you have a student who has special needs and what is the college admissions process for that student, that unique student that's coming up. So folks need to be on the lookout for that. All of those webinars have been free, of course. If you've missed any of them, they're on our website. If you want to download the recordings, they're on our website. We had a huge Facebook Live event last week. We had 400 people on our Facebook Live to help high school seniors learn how to connect with Fortune 500 companies after they graduate from high school through the En-ROADS program, through our partnership with En-ROADS. Tonight, Paul, we're having a party on Facebook Live. We're having a college block party to celebrate all the class of 2020. We have a very famous DJ from New York City who's going to DJ.
Who's that?
Her name is DJ Shorty Love.
Shorty Love.
It's a 1-hour block party on Facebook Live. It starts at 6:00, and it's a way for people to also continue to give. So we're asking people to donate $10 and let's party for an hour and celebrate the class of 2020. If you go on our Facebook page, Higher Heights Youth, you'll see the invite there, but we're going live tonight at 6:00 and again tomorrow night at 6:00 for part 2. We're going to just celebrate with the seniors. You know, if you're even if you're not a high school senior, if you're an adult and you were supposed to graduate from college, you know, this spring, we want to celebrate you. So that sounds fun. It's going to be amazing.
Then we got to do some higher order thinking and work here. We're going to have to ask people to keep 2 concepts in their mind at once. First concept, 6:00 tonight, Facebook page of Higher Heights Youth.
Yep.
It is a block party for graduating seniors. Shorty Love, DJ from New York, will be there. Don't miss it.
Yeah.
But before that, right now, we'd like you to dig deep and go to thegreatgive.org. Don't forget donate money to Higher Heights, a great organization helping us work together to give the young people the opportunities they deserve to make them, their families, and our community stronger. Chaka Felder, thanks for holding tight while we had some technical difficulties.
Of course.
Thanks for coming on the Great Give Radiothon at WNHH. All luck. I know that for another 16 years, you're going to be back.
Thank you. Thank you. God willing. Support us, please, everyone.
All right. And thank you to Harry Drost, who really is an amazing He's a wizard behind the controls, keeping us in the age of COVID-19 on the air when fate is trying to work against us. So here we are, folks, in the midst of a 2-day Great Give Radiothon. We're going to take a little break and come back with some people who are really in the midst of this pandemic at the Mary Wade home, trying to keep people alive. We're going to hear more about that after the break, after a musical break. Sit tight, hang with us at the Great Give Radiothon.